No matter how it may seem, no one has control over your life except for you. This is not personal, financial, or life advice. We're just a couple of guys and an occasional guest talking out loud. Welcome to the What Are We Doing podcast.
What's up? What's going on?
Yo, we're back.
What's going on, man? My name is Handsome Kelly, and to the left of me, the right of me,
I'm in the room. What's up? It's Kadeem Brown.
This is episode 2.
We made it. Episode 2.
Woo! Man, oh my gosh. First, before we actually get into it, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to every single person who has been reposting this podcast in the first episode, who has been telling their friends about it, telling every single person about it, hitting me up, hitting Kadeem up.
That's facts.
It's
crazy. I'm getting chills right now. Like, yo, you have to understand, putting something out there for the world to see is so nerve-wracking. Like, your nerves is on ease. It's just like, yo, what is everybody gonna think? Are they gonna reciprocate like the love back that we're showing? And it was ridiculous.
But hold on, speaking about love, right? Speaking about love, I just want to give a mention that we have people in Asia, we have people in the Caribbean, we have people in Europe and Africa. Listen to our podcast. That right, man. Listen.
Yo, shout out to y'all.
Man, that's
global, bro.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
And that's what we wanted. We wanted to reach as much people as possible, and even if it's just one person in, I think it was in Egypt that we have listening to. Like, it was that one. Yo, shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Go there.
That's our connect. Now we know one person, so when we go there, we good.
Yeah. You know what they say about your network.
That's it. Talk about it. Yeah, but thank you so much to everybody. I see a lot of people reposting it. Yeah. Friends, families, like everybody.
You know what's good about it though? I have people who literally, I don't remember they was following me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna put them on their own. I'm not gonna name drop nobody, but I didn't remember that these people were following me. I forgot I was following them. Because you know the new algorithm and everything.
Yeah.
People
so you don't see a lot of people
been putting me, in their IG stories. They've been putting me on Facebook, tagging me in this as well. Yeah. Again, I forgot I was following, but for the fact that they're watching, that's big right there.
That's love,
man.
bro. That's love.
That's big.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate every one of you guys. Every one of you guys.
All right. Now, I do want to keep going with that, but we are going to give you guys this episode 2 of the podcast. So let me not waste it. Oh, hold up. Before we continue that, I also want to say, if you guys have any questions as well as topics that you want us to cover, please email us at whatarewedoingpc@gmail.com. Follow us and also tweet us on Twitter at whatarewedoingp. And follow myself on Instagram, Handsome Kelly _ and Kadeem's Instagram is way too irrational. That's way the number 2 irrational.
Yeah, and please, like, hit us up on, like, DM us or write us emails. Like, we want to hear what you guys think. We want to hear what's on your mind. Like, that's the whole point. We want to talk. We want to communicate. I wish we have to find an easier way for everybody to communicate. I know even writing the email right now is foreign. Like and nobody going into Yahoo and writing the email and stuff. Like, it's hard to do. But yo, please write us an email. Even if you DM us questions and things like that, and we can talk about it on the show. We'll save the questions till the end and stuff, and then maybe we'll make a whole topic, a whole episode out of
definitely. But let's catch up, man. How was your week?
Yeah, my weekend was good, bro. I cannot complain. Like I said, I went to AC last week.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was a good trip. I wasn't even there for 24 hours. I probably wasn't even there for 12. I don't know. I really went there. I was like up. I gambled. I made a little bit of money, whatever. Couple $100, maybe like $100 or $200, nothing serious. And then I just came back. Like, by the time I got there, I was going for a poker tournament. Yeah. By the time I got there, because somebody was late on the podcast last week, I didn't get there till like,
I don't know who that person was. That's crazy. They were late. I can't believe that first episode. How they
first
late?
Episode? Let me tell you about it. Jeez. But I didn't get there till like 8:00, and we were just hanging around, a couple of guys, good networking and stuff like that. So I had a good time. Yeah. And then besides that, I just been grinding the regular working. That's it. How about yours? I know you went out with the family and the kids and everything like that. You a family man now, so how was that?
My week was good. If you guys don't know, I had to fly down to Atlanta. I wanted to help my sister. She was driving up here, so I flew down there to help her drive up, which I don't really recommend. I did not think that was
Yeah,
gonna
that
be
was
so tiring.
That's a crazy drive. I told you, bro. I'm like, yo, you're the MVP for that because that's a long drive.
I didn't factor that in. It was a long drive. And you're on the road for those many hours, and you got to keep stopping because of kids. I mean, not saying that it was a good time, but last Saturday it was. What did I do last Saturday?
I think you went to like the
Oh
bouncy
yeah.
house thing,
The was it Sky Zone?
Yeah.
Listen, I thought that was strictly for kids.
Nah, bro. I seen grown ass people in there jumping around.
I'm one of them. I'm definitely one of them, man. I had so much fun. It was my niece's birthday, so we took the kids out there. I had so much fun.
Yeah,
I'm actually thinking about doing a trip.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Like just a few of us get together and we drive out there. It was that much fun.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Very tiring, but it was really fun though.
Nah, that'd be dope. But what about the Super Bowl? You pay attention to the Super Bowl? You watch that?
I like the Patriots, man.
You like the Patriots? Honestly, I'm not a big sports person. I'm a big sports person. Like,
I really like the Patriots.
you really like the Patriots? Why is
Like,
that?
I don't watch football anymore, but I like the Patriots.
Okay. Why do you feel like you like Patriots?
Tom Brady is amazing.
Yeah. He
But it's not. I'm not just like a Brady fan or a Patriots fan now.
Yeah.
Just since I was a little kid, I've been a Boston fan for sports teams. Period.
Okay.
Things really started to change with Curry. It's like, we're not getting into that.
Yeah,
Let's get
definitely
back,
not getting into that.
Let's get back into this though. But yeah, I've actually been in love with the Patriots for many years. The whole system is just straight greatness. And you gotta love it. And there's so much you can learn from. But that dude Brady is no joke.
Nah, I hear you.
I was a little disappointed that they lost. It was a really good game. I mean, Brady did what he had to do, man.
Yeah, I was trying to watch the Super Bowl. I was trying to get this podcast uploaded also at the same time when I was watching it. So I had it on mute. Important. And I was just tuned in and out. My favorite thing about watching sports, though, is like these big games. And like,
yeah, definitely.
And towards the end, where you after whoever wins, and you just see like the look on their face, like, yo, we got that ring, we got that title. Man. But listen, you have to think about these guys that are grown men right now in their 30s. They've been playing football or basketball or hockey or soccer since probably before they can walk. They were throwing around the ball and doing stuff. So they dedicated their whole lives to this one moment. So just the look on their face is like, yo, I can't wait to win I don't know what my Super Bowl is going to be. I don't know when I'm going to get that ring. I don't know if that ring might be a Rolex watch, but I'm going to get something. And that's what I like to see about these big games.
Matter of fact, speaking of rings, let's actually let's cover that today. Let's talk about that. We're going to talk about goals.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about goals for this year. But before we get into that, what do you feel is your biggest struggle? Because in order to reach a goal, you have to be struggling.
Yeah.
So what do you feel is your biggest struggle that you're going through as of right now?
All right, for me, my biggest struggle. All right, so my biggest struggle, I would say that I constantly have, and I probably realized I had this struggle since probably end of high school, beginning of college, and everything like that, is finding balance in my life. I feel like that's I feel like that's the biggest thing, because for me, I like to call myself like a hard worker. I work hard. If I have a task, I'm gonna accomplish that task.
Right.
But I feel like sometimes I just get tunnel focused on that goal. Like, it's so hard for me to balance everything up. Like, starting from school wise, it's just like I'm like the worst student you can ever like think about. Like, I struggled through high school, I struggled through college, but I finished at the end, and that's what matters. I got those 2 pieces of paper. So
congratulations.
Thank you. So say if I was doing bad in one subject, right? And I was like, damn, I know I have to do good in this subject. I'll focus all my energy on that one subject.
Right.
And then all my other subjects will be struggling. But and then I was like, oh damn, this subject's struggling. So I'll hop into another subject and start going hard in that one. And then all my other ones will be struggling. And that's something that I fought with for like basically my whole college career. Even though I still made it, but it's so hard for me to find balance on something. And kind of now after college, I would say I'm still going through that same thing. It's just different, a different type of balance I'm trying to find. Like last year, I think I talked about last year was probably the most profitable year that I ever had before. I made the most money. Me making that, I had no balance. Me making that, I struggled. Last year was the most weight I probably put on. Last year, my relationships with other people, it suffered. My spiritual with going to church and stuff, I hardly went to church because I had tunnel vision of reaching my goal, which was 100K. I had so much tunnel vision. I completely forgot about everything else. So I feel like my biggest challenge that I'm going through and I've been going through is trying to find balance with everything. And that's what I'm really dedicating the first quarter of my year to, is setting up a structure where I can balance everything out and still be productive in basically everything I do. So
that's real.
I would say that's my biggest struggle, right?
That's real.
What about you?
That's funny because my biggest struggle is, it's funny that you just said, my biggest struggle is putting myself first, as well as accepting that I can't balance things.
So
it's funny that you mentioned that. Now, the reason why I'm saying put myself first and accepting that you can't balance things, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you have to be the best version of yourself. You can't be the best version of anybody else. But the thing is that, and I realized why I was like that, is really because when I was younger, my mom used to always tell me that if I want to be doing something, I have to be the best at doing that. So it's pretty much like a Superman mentality. And I realized that that's not really the proper way to go about doing it. And the reason why I'm saying it's not the proper way to go about doing it is because you cannot balance things. You can't. Because if I'm focusing on this one thing, I have to focus on this one thing. I can't focus on this one thing and then focus on that thing as well at the same time. Because all that means is that everything's not getting 100%. I can't give one thing 100% and give another thing 100% as well.
It's impossible.
It's gonna be something's gonna get 2/3, 1/3. Something's gonna be lacking.
Exactly.
So what I realized that what I've been focusing on doing, accepting that I can't be Superman. I can't give multiple things 100%.
Yeah, of course. You
can't balance it, man.
Yeah.
You can't balance it.
No.
So it's a struggle. It's a big struggle, mainly because of the fact that I want to be that person. But I know that being that person for this person, for that person, all it's going to do is putting them before me. And I can't do that. I got to put myself first.
Agreed.
Even family. I have to come to that conclusion as well, that it's some family members that is like, man, I love you and everything, but I got to make sure I'm first. I got to make sure I'm set first. Just like if you're in an airplane, what they tell you to do. They don't tell you to help everybody else and then help yourself. You got to help yourself first.
That's
and
true.
It's not being selfish. It's doing things for the short term that's going to work out in the long term. That long term is being a better father, being a better husband, being a better mother, being a better daughter, son, being a better cousin, just being a better version of yourself.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I have a lot of people our age around. They always talk about, I want to do this, or I'm trying to. They have getting a little bit of success, and they're like, okay, I got to help my moms, I got to help my pops. Yeah, that's everybody's goal, to buy their moms a house, but at the same time, you can't buy your mom a house if you're not stable.
You can't.
So you gotta, just because you got a little bit of money, you make your first 10 grand, 20 grand. That's still relatively a little bit of money.
Yeah.
I see people make $1,000 or $2,000 and then go out and buy watches, go out and buy this, go out and buy that, instead of taking that money and reinvesting back into themselves to make more money. So it's crazy that that people want to help this person, help this. Like, you got to help yourself, and it takes years and years and years to get to a position where you can help everybody. Like it's a long time. You hear a lot of these like sports athletes, guy, like they make their first big lump sum of money, they go buy houses, cars, this. By the end, they're broke, and then that shows you have to help yourself first.
But I think that's also because financial literacy. They're really lacking that.
I mean, that is a big thing also, but and that goes to back reinvesting in yourself, basically. Right. But before we get on that topic, I wanted to ask you also, like, what are the two goals? What's your two top goals this year? Like, what are your two Super Bowls? Like, we just seen the Super Bowl.
Okay,
we know these guys are working their whole lives for that. So what's your
my Super Bowl for this year? All right, yeah, okay, all right. I'm not gonna tell people the money I make. I'm not gonna do that. I'll leave that for Gadim. But my Super Bowl for this year is to move out, as well as make $250K in assets, cash, as well as credit line. That's really my Super Bowl goal for this year.
All right, so moving out, you say.
But I'm not. All right, so
I'm going to challenge you in these too, so I hope you know.
I'll give some subs. All right, so when I move out, my plan is to make 100 and then move out.
Okay.
The 250K, I'm definitely going to hit that before the year is over. But yeah, my plan is to make 100 and then move out. So when you see me move out, you know how much I have.
Okay. I'm all right, so there, just so everybody knows, we still live with our parents and everything like that. We're still at home. Yeah. We're not ballers. We're not anything.
Not yet.
Yeah, so our roommates are still our parents. So yeah. As for me, like my Super Bowls for this year is buying an investment property. Like I earn even not an investment, probably find an investment that's going to give me some type of residual income on the monthly. I really need to start. A lot of these past years, I've been investing back in myself, gaining the knowledge, and I feel like I'm at that level where I'm confident enough now to actually start making power moves and start investing in stuff. And just become like like I said, I do a lot of other stuff on the side, but I want to get back into the groove of just being like a full-time trader, and like not nothing else, no other side hustles, no doing this, no doing that. It's just 100% just trading and investing. So that's my goal by the end of the year as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have 150 gonna be in my account.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That's it. You set your goals really, really high, and then hopefully you reach them. That's basically it.
All right, now the main topic of this episode. This will probably be my favorite episode.
The bread and butter.
Probably my favorite episode. The main topic that we're going to be covering today is the importance and the difference between traditional education and financial education.
Okay.
Now, when we say financial education, what we're talking about is financial freedom.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We're discussing financial freedom and traditional education. If you guys don't know what traditional education is, college,
school, anything like that. Yeah. And when he says financially free, like being financially free, if you don't know what being financially free is, that's kind of what everybody should hope to realize. And that's being financially free when your monthly income through like investments and things like that are greater than your monthly expenses. So once, like, say if you have investment properties, I use properties all the time, but you can invest in other stuff. But say if your rental properties are bringing in more money than like your house mortgage, your car payments and everything like that, and you don't have to work but you're still getting that money, that's being financially free. So we want to discuss like the difference between the traditional school system, how that's set up, and why everybody should learn like what's real financial education, and that's being financially free.
Right. Now the reason why this is going to be my favorite episode. So I didn't go to college. And when I made the decision to not go to college, all right, let me actually get back into that story.
Well, before you say that, this is the perfect topic because you have somebody here that went to college and double majored in college, and then you have somebody on the other aspect that didn't go to college. So you're gonna hear both of the aspects of everything. So let's go.
All right. I made a decision to not go to college. What was it? It was my senior year. So my senior year was 2010, 2011. I graduated in 2011. I made a decision to not go to college. It was that December. It was a long conversation I had with my mother. She said, if you don't go to college, what else you going to do? I said, I'll figure it out. Trade something.
So before you get into that, I know a lot of people struggling with that same thing. How did that conversation, like go into depth in that conversation? Because I know a lot of people who are in school right now, not liking what they do. They don't want to be there. They want to do this. They want to do that. But their parents are just like, yo, you have to go to school. You have to get a job. You have to do that.
And that's the thing, too. We're definitely going to cover that. But so, all right, back in 2010, the rate of someone graduating and getting a job within that degree the rate that someone graduated, and what was it? It was the rate from them getting a job within that field. I think it was 27%, and the year before that, it was I think it was like 29%.
Yeah. And
also around that time, my sister one of my older sisters. She was still paying for a student loan still, and she was in her 30s. So it's like things wasn't adding up for me. So I was saying to myself, why would I go to college, right? Get a job that's not 100% guaranteed. So you want me to pay you guys to get a degree, to maybe get a job, not guaranteed, maybe get a job. So it's not like that money I'm giving you is like, oh, it's guaranteed money coming back in. It's maybe get a job, and then on top of that, I gotta pay back student loans.
Yeah, that goes to like making an investment. Like you said, that's even a sort of investment, but that's an investment that will never recuperate its capital that you put in there.
No, because you can't file bankruptcy on student loans.
Yeah, you're
FYI, everyone.
And people are getting out of school anywhere from $30,000 to almost $250,000, $300,000 in debt, getting in jobs where they're making $30,000 to $60,000 a year.
Yeah, and now you're gonna be paying back student loans for another 30 years.
Yeah, that
interest and everything. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But yeah, so my mother said that if you're not gonna go to college, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Around that time, I was looking at alternatives. One alternative was a trade school. I think the trade that I had chose at that time was exterminator. The reason why is because they was making $1,600 a month starting, not a month, $1,600 a week starting. So
I can see that. We live in New York, so that's There's a lot of hoods in New York, so that's a big business right there.
Especially in the city too. So they were making $1,600 a week. So I had to get certified for that, take the classes and everything. I didn't really want to do it. I was just following the money.
Yeah.
It really shut my mom up because I know that she was gonna keep complaining about it. But I mean, as she should though. You know, you always want the best for your children.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a way to just to shut her up. But oh yeah, back to what I was saying though. This is the reason why it's my favorite episode. Not only because I didn't go to college, but because I do what I do. And it pushes me because I didn't go to college. Now, I feel that people that go to college, you know, back then when I made a decision not to go, people always say, oh, you know, you're foolish, that's not smart, you're not going to amount to anything. And that always stuck to me.
Yeah.
So I looked at people who have a degree, and I'm not trying to toot my horn saying that I'm betting you. I'm not doing that at all. I want you guys to really, I want to put that in there. But the people that have a degree, looking back, is like, I made a better decision. And the reason I'm saying I made a better decision, not because you have a degree and you're paying back student loans, but it's because of what I've chose to do and what you chose to do. I feel everyone who has a degree, they make the decision to continue going forward with pushing themselves or not pushing themselves.
So for me, okay, for the degree, like you talk about degree, everybody who has a degree and thing, I don't feel like going to school is a bad thing, especially if you don't know what you want to do, which at 18, you don't know what you want to do. I'm telling you this right now. You're 16. I don't know if we have young listeners too. So if you're 13, 14, 15, I'm telling you right now, there's a 99% chance what you're thinking you want to do right now is not what you want to do because you don't have no real world experience.
And that's the thing too. Like instead of asking kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? Just ask them, what problems do you want to solve?
Agreed. Definitely.
Because that right there, it changes the conversation from being a worker into being someone who's creative.
Yeah.
And people who change the world are those who are creative, not the ones who are workers. Every single person was creative, and they decided to run with that idea.
Exactly. And also the topic I was trying to hit was if you're going to school and you're in college, you're getting your degree, a lot of people think that after you get your degree, that's where you stop. That's when you start working. That's when your education starts.
Doesn't work like that.
But I always tell people, a lot of people that graduate, I always like hit them in the DMs and say, yo, congratulate. You did your thing, because that's a hard task. It's a hard task. A lot of dedication that you have to have. So I always say, yo, congrats, keep doing what you're doing, but yo, it's time to start working now. This is when the real work starts.
But I feel that many teachers as well. We push kids to go to college, because that's what was pushed to us.
Of course, yeah.
But not just that. I mean, it's 2018, times have changed. But going back to what I was saying, we push kids to go to college because that was pushed to us. But it's some kids who just don't need to go to college.
Agree.
College isn't for everyone.
I definitely agree.
You know, I feel that but if you want to be a particular occupation, if you want to do that, then go to college.
Yeah, like a lawyer, doctor.
Right. These are some fields that you need to go to college for. But if you're really not sure, you're gonna change your mind. I change my mind every single day.
I still changing my mind
every single day. I don't want to make a commitment to giving someone $30,000 a year, and I'm not sure what I want to do.
Exactly.
And then I feel kids are pressured to go to college. You know, kids are like, my mom wants me to go to college. If I don't go to college, it's like she's gonna feel I'm a failure. It's not that you're a failure. You're just unsure what to do. But back to what I was saying in reference to teachers pushing it. It's some cases in which college is better, and the reason why I'm saying it is because I personally feel that college, if you're not sure what you want to do, you're not sure you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or such. Go for the network.
Yeah, agree. Yeah,
go for the network. It's so many people who you gone to college with, that they're gonna become this person, that person. People keep moving all over, and what social media, we're able to stay connected. So you want to go to college for that network and expand your network.
Yeah, that's a big thing, because even I went to college in Pennsylvania, and a lot of people that I went to college, I'm still really, really, really close friends with. Like a lot of my roommates and I'm close friends. A lot of people that I had in classes. Like you meet like your lifetime friends, I feel like, in college. So that's a big thing too. But I would say, like, don't, especially in your first couple of years, like me, don't spend so much money on education. Like, don't on college. On going to college, and especially if you don't know what you want to do, not education. I take that back instantly, but don't spend so much money on going to college that you might not want to. Like if you want to start out, try to go to like a state school or a community college or something, just to get like your math, science, all those BS classes out the way before you actually go to like a big university or a big school, just to save money that way. But like,
I think isn't it? I'm not completely sure, but I was told that if you're in college, let's say you're going for, any degree you're going for, right? You have to take classes that have nothing to do with your field.
Yeah, that's
crazy. So you want me to pay for this class that has nothing to do with what I want?
Bro.
I want to go to school to become a doctor. I don't want to go to school to become a scientist, or not scientist. That's the same field.
Let me tell you the thing about that also is there's some classes, bro. I had like a world civilization class. I had some crazy classes that I'm sitting in there like, yo, I'm paying a couple of grand for this class, and I'm not gonna need it. But the good thing about that also is I had to take a lot of electives, and towards the end of my college like experience, I kind of got that bug in my head, like I want to do something with finance. I don't want so I got my degrees in power generation and technology management, so nothing to do with finance or anything like that. But by taking elective classes, I took a finance elective class, and I was like, maybe I might like this. And then I started taking higher level. I took like an accounting class, a quantitative methods class, a business law class, and I'm like, yo, maybe I do like this finance thing. So that kind of helped me out also to try to push myself towards the whole finance aspect.
Right. Definite. Now, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Not to toot your own horn, but yeah. And the last topic that I want to discuss on like traditional education, like you discussed it too, you're learning a lot of stuff that you don't really need in the real world. Like the real world, I feel like when I went to college and then after I graduated into like the quote unquote real world, it's two different things.
But but back to those classes, because if you're gonna take those classes, you have to make the best out of those classes.
Agreed.
Like what Kadeem just said, he wasn't interested in finances, but from taking those classes, it piqued his interest.
Agreed. Hands down. Yeah. So that's what college is, a learning experience. You're kind of dabbing. That's why I said a lot of times when you're younger, before you go to college, you don't know what you want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. People are turning 25, 30, 40 who are just figuring out what they want to do.
Even 50.
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with that. So I say even if you're in that age below college, or you didn't go to college yet, or you're still trying to figure out, do everything possible. There's a lot of cultures that they take a year off after high school before they even start college, just so the child can go get themselves together, go out in the real world, get some experience and things like that.
Yeah, actually, I love when I see those posts on Instagram and Facebook when I'm scrolling. The post in reference to you have people who have 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, 40 years old, and 50 years old, who are just now becoming successful.
Yeah.
When I say successful, I'm talking about finances. Just now becoming successful. Just now getting that major ideas will keep them going. The best one that I know that's on the top of my head is Colonel Sanders from KFC.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact age, so don't quote me on this. I believe it was 70.
Yeah.
72, I believe. I'm not completely sure. I know it's between 60 and 75. So, as I was saying, though, that's a perfect example, because so many people who have hit 25 or have hit 30, they feel that, man, it's over now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to become successful, so I have to settle for this job. I have to settle for this, settle for that. You don't have to settle.
Yeah.
You always have to keep growing. You never know when when that spark is going to hit your head and keep going.
And that goes back to that could jump into financial education.
Yeah.
That could jump into financial education just because, like he says, you want to try different stuff. You want to keep learning different stuff. And that's why I tell, like, when I see somebody graduate or anything, I always like congratulate them. And again, I also say, yo, like, the real work starts now. Now you have to get that real world education, that street education. Now you need to go and start really starting to read books. And a fun fact about me too, I've never read a book from front to back till probably months after I graduated from college.
That's funny.
That's how you know I BS my way through the whole thing. So I've never read a book. Anytime we had a book report or anything to do, I'm on Spark Notes. I'm on Google. Yeah, that's my best friend. I have a degree in Google also, because that's how I made it through college. That's how I made it through everything.
Yeah, with me, school was just boring for me. It wasn't boring. I just wasn't interested in what I was being taught. Besides history and chemistry.
Yeah, which
everything else was just like boring.
And that's a lot of people go through. Like, you're not gonna find everything that's gonna spark your interest, and I feel like that's what they're trying to do in school, giving you a little bit of everything so you could kind of see where you want to go. But again, back to
speaking about school, I mean, I might get a little heat from this, but I personally don't feel it's fine. All right, because I already know the conversation I'm going to get from this episode. I personally feel that all right, so I've attended school from kindergarten to 12th grade, right? I personally feel that after 6th grade, you don't need school.
Agreed.
The reason why I'm saying that is because you don't really know what you want. So let's say the basic skills you need, right?
Math.
You really need to know how to addition, subtraction, multiplication,
multiply,
division, fraction.
Yes.
That's and decimals as well. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I don't need to know about trigonometry. I don't need to know about what's the other crazy math? All of them. Wait, I don't want to sound illiterate.
Yeah, but the basic skills, math. You need to know how to read and write.
Yeah. Anything moving forward with let's say junior high school or high school.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, what did you learn in junior high school and high school that you really needed? If you don't really know what you want to be in life, or let's just say as of right now, what did you learn that you feel you really needed?
I agree, and this is an open discussion for everybody. So hit us up in our DMs, like say, yo, you were wrong about that. You were right about that.
Because I feel that it should be optional for that student.
Yeah.
And that goes into, I mean, it's hard to say that because it's so many coaches who come to America for a better opportunity.
Yeah.
And they feel that certain schools are a better opportunity for their kids, and then it's like their kid is doing something that they don't want to do, but something that the parent wants them to do. So I feel a lot of parents are living their dreams through their kids.
Agreed, hands down. And it's not even that. I feel like a lot of parents, obviously, not a lot of parents want their kids to do bad. No parent want their kid to do bad or end up bad or anything. So they're trying to push what they feel like it's right. Like it's two different times from when our parents were growing up. When our parents were growing up, it's two different completely worlds that we live in. So what was best for them back in the days is not best for us now. Like we're two different worlds. Like technology world is booming right now. If you look at the whole money subject, like there's so many ways to make money that's not to traditional route of going to school. Like you can skip that whole college thing from high school and jump into making a lot of money.
Yeah, you can sell things.
Yeah, you can. There's YouTube. There's drop shipping. There's network marketing. There's podcasting. Yeah. There's so much stuff that you can do now to skip that traditional route of going to college and getting a job to probably make more money and not end up in as much debt.
Right, because I personally feel that network marketing is a better decision than college.
Yeah, because
it's not even just, it's the network.
Yeah,
people pushing positivity towards you. People want you to grow, and not even just that. It's so many people from as I said, back to network. So many people who I've met from being network marketing companies who are friends to this day.
Exactly,
and not even just that. I can go to them. Let's say if I need help with taxes, if I need help with real estate, if I need help with so many different fields, I can go to them because we've been in the same network marketing company together.
Yeah, that's the education you're going to get from network marketing, and the books you're probably going to read to be able to sell stuff, which is sales is probably the best thing or the best field you can go into right now. I speak to a lot of sales people, and they don't have. I can change the guys to people, you know, looking out for my women out there.
We love you.
So I'm changed. So yeah, so there's a lot of salespeople out there that's making a lot of money, like a lot of money, and a lot of them didn't go to school. Like you learn that skill of selling through network marketing or something like that, or reading, doing a lot of research.
You know, it's I don't know the exact name of the company, but it's a guy. He's selling air.
Oh, out in Colorado or something like that.
He's killing.
Yeah, I seen.
This guy is literally selling air in a bottle.
Yeah,
and he is killing.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's how you know technology. There's so many ways to get money.
Wait, hold on. I really want you guys to understand this, right? Because people keep saying that, I don't know how to make money, blah, blah. There's so many opportunities, 2018, so many opportunities. This guy is literally selling air in a glass bottle, and he's making money.
Yeah.
He's making money off of this. He just that's all he's doing. He's literally collecting air, because that's what it is, collecting air.
Yep.
Put it in a bottle, which is like everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Put it in a bottle and selling it.
He's like, I went here to get this air. I went here to get this air.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And people are like really stuck, and it's like, yo, this is amazing. This guy has this air. Let me buy some air. Let me buy some air.
Yeah, like, so we're saying there's so many ways, traditional ways right now to make money. That's why I say we live in different times. We're not in the same times that our parents lived in or anybody lived in. So that's why it's so important for everybody to seek education, to read books, to watch YouTube. You can learn how to do anything in the world on YouTube right now.
Yeah, YouTube
anything
and Google
my dad plants and everything like that. His whole garden is a YouTube garden. That's how he learned to do everything. There's so much stuff. There's so many different ideas that people are putting out for you to see, and that's where you can get a lot of the education from also. And that's basically what I feel like more valuable right now than traditional education. If you're not going to go that traditional route of being like a lawyer, doctor, this, that, I feel like, yeah,
because if you can't find an opportunity, you got to create one. But especially as you were saying with YouTube, that's definitely the route you should take.
Yo, people, education wise, right?
Yeah. And not even just with that, the financial route, right? So majority of problems that people are dealing with, someone in the past has dealt with them.
Agreed.
Every single problem someone has dealt with them. The only thing that has changed is the time, and as well as technology and things advancing. But humans are the same. Humans haven't really developed that much throughout the years. We're taught things from our parents or from what is it? It takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
So from our parents, from our society, from our place of growing up. That's why you have so many people who are they have hood versus hood.
Yeah.
You didn't just like wake up one morning and you weren't born saying hood versus hood. You learned that.
Yeah. A lot of stuff are learned over time. So like what he said.
Right.
Also,
but back to what I was saying though about someone had those problems.
Yeah.
And those problems they put the solutions in the book.
In books. Yeah. I was just gonna say.
So that's really how I got into reading because
perfect.
What was it? It was one summer job. I think I was making what was it? It was $337.33 after taxes, like every 3 weeks. And it was the month of August. That month of August, I spent $1,500. Now I don't know how I had $1,500 to spend because I definitely didn't make $1,500. I just told you my paycheck was. So from that, I said to myself, that's when I started writing things down. And I said to myself, I was going through financial problems, and I said, I can't be the only one who has this problem before. Someone else has to have this problem.
Yep.
So what I decided to do is, all right, if I had a problem, what would I do? I'd probably put it in a book. And they always had this thing, to keep secret away, put in the book. So I said, let me go to a book and find the answers. So I went to the library. I was looking at it, and it was a financial section because I know finances is money.
Yeah.
Looking into it, I found a few books. From there, I started reading, and that's how it happened. And the reason why I said that story is because throughout school, I didn't read. Like I didn't care about Twilight. I didn't care about Of Mice and Men. I didn't care about all these stories, like The Giver. Those things didn't excite me, and I feel like, and I found out that's the reason why I wasn't excelling I wasn't pushing myself in school.
Same here.
Because it's not that school is boring or anything. I just wasn't interested in what was being taught.
Agreed.
Now that has nothing to do with the teachers because there's plenty of amazing teachers out there, and I personally feel that teachers should be paid way more than what they pay for.
Agreed.
Way more. I think some teachers living off of like $50,000 salary. That's crazy. But anywho, let me not get off topic. Going back into it. So with school, you have to not school, but just books. You have to find out what interests you. So once I started reading about finances, that interests me. I want to know more about finance, more about my money. That interested me, so I started reading about those books.
Do you know the first book that you read that pulled that trigger? I know my first book that I read. What's the first book that you read that's like, there's a lot of information in this book.
Oh man, the first book that I read, front to back, was The Science of Getting Rich.
Who wrote that book?
I should know this because that's actually one of my top 3 books. I don't know the author, but that's my favorite book, The Science of Getting Rich.
Okay. So, the first book that I read is The Richest Man in Babylon. And it's funny, I didn't even read that book. When I say read books, I don't read a lot of books. At the beginning, I never read a book. So I feel like my dad knew I never read book, but he always had like, that little bug. My dad had that.
So what'd you do?
So what I used to do is I turned my car basically at one point into a library.
Right.
So I never,
wait. So you're telling me, because I think where you're going, you're telling me that if I don't have time to read a book, I can listen to the audio?
We need like an audible referral link right now.
Is that what you're telling me?
Audible sign us because we're about to plug you hard.
Yeah, definitely. Only episode 2, man. Cut the check.
So what I used to do is like I went to school in Pennsylvania, so I used to live like 3 hours away, like go back and forth 3 hours away. So I used to pop in a CD and I used to drive and I used to listen. And my dad used to always say, "Yo, listen to this book. Listen to this book." I always pull. I'm driving in my car. I want to bump to some music, enjoying the scenery. I'm like, So sometimes you listen to music, and that even gets annoying. So I'm like, let me pop this in. I popped that in and. Like you said, it changed my life. Right? I feel like that was like the turning stone. Like, there's other things to do where they talk about like put in 10% of whatever you make away, things like that. Like you said, all these secrets. You know where the rich people hide their secrets, like you said, are in books.
Yeah.
Like the books are the most ridiculous things out there. It's 30, 40, 50 years of a very successful person experience, their ups, their downs, what worked for them and what didn't work for them, and they put it in a 300-page book that can take you anywhere from sometimes an hour to read to probably like 12 hours or a couple of days or something like that. So it's so crazy that for the longest I didn't like books, and I think that's what you went back on saying. Like we were reading stuff that didn't interest me, like The Mice of Men, Poor Lenny, and stuff like that. Like,
I don't know Poor Lenny.
You don't know Lenny?
But I know. I think I should know that.
Yes, you should know that. Everybody in New York system should know who Lenny is.
I cheated in school.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not saying, because I had some amazing teachers. Like, literally every single test I've taken in high school, I cheated off of. I also want to congratulate. Well, I want to thank everyone who the high schools I went to who helped me out pass those tests.
You're the real MVP.
Are they, man? Actually, the only I didn't cheat. No, I did cheat. I didn't have to. It came to a point where I didn't have to. Like, and for global, I got like, I think I had a 90. I didn't have to get a 90. I mean, I didn't have to cheat in global. Okay. It was just like, it just felt good knowing that I'm getting away with it. Like, so I started doing it. I cheated on the Regents. I tried to cheat for my Spanish Regents. And this is what pissed me off with my Spanish teacher.
I have a funny story about Spanish.
What pissed me off is because she knew how I was passing the class. And we had a conversation before this where I was telling her, like, listen, I'm talking about before the Regents and everything, but we had a conversation, and I told her, like, and she understood where I was coming from. I'm not interested in this.
Yeah.
I just want to pass the class so I can shut my mouth up. Yeah. And she understood that. So I thought she was going to let me keep rocking, with cheating. That didn't work that way. Literally, she put me, when I say every person around me was so separated, man. And I had some good eyes. I was so pissed off at that day, man, because it's like, you knew what I was doing. Like, it's not like, oh, I don't know what he's trying to do. You knew what I was doing.
A funny story about that is I didn't even get to that Spanish final point. I got kicked out my Spanish class where the teacher.
But actually, hold on. Actually, wait. I actually do. Well, I want to hear that, but I do regret that. I regret it now because knowing more than one language is vital.
I wish. Every day I'm like, every day.
Yeah, knowing more language is vital.
Just like, I wish I knew a different language. I wish.
Yeah, but I want to hear about that story real quick.
All right, so like I said,
I got kicked out of Spanish.
I got kicked out of everything, bro. I was the worst.
I had my mom come up to my school plenty of times and sit in my classroom.
Bro,
literally, like, she was like, every single class for that whole day, my mom was sitting
Don't even get me started. I was the worst student. I
wasn't bad. I just didn't listen.
I think that's the same thing with me. I just felt like I don't know if teachers had it out. Now I don't want to say teachers had it out with me.
No, teachers had it out for me. Yeah, but you know why? Because and like the teachers who they call my mom and everything, I do want to thank you guys because it wasn't that they had it out for me, and I realized that they just wanted the best for me.
That's it.
I was just that kid who was just like, damn, like, he's just not.
Every
why
single year.
Like, let me just teach my class.
Yeah,
and there was nothing wrong with it. I just wasn't interested.
Yeah, every single year I would get suspended. Every single year, like, something would happen where I would get a phone call home or something like that. And I feel like it's the same thing. Now looking back at it, I'm thinking like, all my hardest teachers and all the teachers that gave me the most time,
you thank them for it.
I'm thinking I would probably never go humble myself and go down like, yo, thank you. But I'm thinking in my head like, yo, like, thank you for everything, because now I'm seeing those lessons. Now those lessons are coming to fruition for me, and now I'm like, okay, I see what they were trying to do. I see how I was just a stubborn person.
Yeah, I mean, that's also the mentality that you had at that time.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, we don't have that mentality that we have now. Everyone always says that if I known everything I know now back then, everything would be different. That's because our mentality was different.
Yeah,
that's what that boils down to.
No, I definitely agree with that. Bringing it back to the whole book thing, like everything that a lot of great people put a lot of stuff in books. Like, I feel like we should drop like a book list also. What book are you reading? Any books right now?
Yeah.
What book are you reading right now?
Sell or Be Sold.
That's Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
Doe, how you like that so far? That's a sales book right there.
Man,
it's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah, I read his book, The 10X. 10X. That's the only book that I read from him. That was a great book as well.
This guy's no joke.
Yeah.
No joke.
And the book that I'm reading right now is Why the Rich Get Richer. Actually, I just finished that last night. It's by Robert Kiyosaki, and that's a financial education book. Like, and it talks about how the rich use debt and taxes to become more richer, and not being financially educated. A lot of people think that debt and taxes are
Right.
going to make you more poor.
It's
but-
funny because the most financially successful people, and the reason why I'm saying financially because everyone's idea of success is not the same for everyone else. So
Agreed.
I'm gonna go with the financial route. The most financially successful people in the world,
Uh-huh.
they don't put their story. They don't talk about they got their success because of the traditional education.
Yeah.
They don't say that.
A lot of them frown upon the traditional education.
Yeah. They definitely don't attribute to it.
Mm-hmm. And that's just because, like exactly what we're telling you, times have changed. There's so many ways to make money. A lot of these big guys are gravitating to social media, to YouTube, like we said, to Instagram and things like that.
Yeah, because I feel that social media very much impacted the way we live. Well,
Yeah.
everyone knows that,
Yeah.
but not even just that. It's so much information because these people who we have growing up, well, these people who we have now, growing up, they didn't have these people.
Exactly. Yep.
They had like Tony Robbins. I hear stories about it all the time. You know, you wait until like 2 a.m. to see those infomercials about Tony Robbins and everything.
Yeah.
The good thing about it, social media, that we don't take advantage of it. It's so much people that want the attention that they're giving things out for free that people used to pay for.
Yeah.
So you can go on YouTube, you can go to Google, you can actually go on their Instagram page or their Facebook page, and you get so much information that you'll need that's free.
E-books.
But we don't take advantage of it
There's
though.
a lot of ebooks out
Not
there.
even just that, you can Google it. It's so many books that you could instead of, if you don't want to buy it, because me personally, I don't like PDFs. But if you someone who prefers PDFs, all you have to do is go to Google, type in the title of the book, and then after just type PDF. It's gonna come up.
Agreed. Yeah, and like they said, there's so many information right there. You can go to a lot. I actually just signed up for Grant Cardone's hosting that GrowthCon thing where a lot of experts are going over there. I'm not actually going.
10X.
Yeah, 10X.
10X GrowthCon.
Yeah. So I'm not going, but I signed up for the simulcast. So I'm gonna definitely tune into that and little stuff like that, like just trying to get in that space, just trying to get in that mindset, hear what other successful people have to get, Lil. That's the way to do it. Books and social media.
I'm a little disappointed in myself. I wanted to attend it.
Yeah, we were talking about attending. I feel like remember last
Yeah.
year towards the end, we were talking about. I think stuff didn't just add up. That's the way it seemed. But eventually, yeah, maybe next year we'll make that on
Yeah,
our
I know
list
for a
to
fact.
hands down
Yeah,
10.
it's I know this month, next month, February, March, and maybe the beginning of April is probably gonna be my most financially difficult year, not month of this year.
Yeah. Just with everything, like for me, I have taxes coming up. Yeah, I have taxes coming up. I have a bunch of stuff that I have to start preparing for, and this is the first time I'm going through actually having to pay tax, actually having to file taxes. You too, so
Yeah, man,
we have a crazy like for me, like this whole week, I've been trying to get
my best to do things as capital loss,
Yeah,
but it looked like I'm not. It looked like I'm gonna have to pay.
this whole week I've been trying to get insurance. Like I finally got kicked off my parents' insurance, so I have to get my own insurance. I don't have like a job or anything that I can file for insurance. So that I didn't realize how hard and tedious this task was of trying to get insurance. So that's what I've been frustrated with this whole week, and I think I finally made my last payment where I can get insurance and everything's looking good. So
that's good.
we'll see how that is.
That's
also,
good, man. That's growth.
So that is growth. So. That's it, bro. That's it. I don't know any topics else that you want to discuss. Anything else you want to plug or anything like that? Yo, you got
Actually, what's your plans for this coming week?
This week, just working again. I'm back in the work.
Okay.
Most of my stuff happened at the beginning of the week. Like I said, my insurance thing was a big thing to take care of,
Right.
and that's been consuming a lot of my time. Surprisingly, it's so hard to get in contact with these people. So
You got Valentine's coming up.
Valentine's, I feel like that's a whole episode on Valentine's, bro. That's a whole episode of Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
I'm
And
not,
even Valentine's Day or just any holiday, like
I'm not a fan of holidays.
it's just a marketing scheme. Everybody,
I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day either.
In general.
No, like she knows.
Oh, why is that? I feel like
No, all right, I could summarize real quick. I mean, first of all, we celebrate these holidays like it's pagan holidays. I don't really want to go much into deep effort with that.
Yeah.
But in reference to Valentine's Day, I mean, I make it feel like it's Valentine's Day every day.
Yeah.
I don't need to. That's the thing. People, they go all out their way, go broke, spend for bears and all these things. I was once like that as well. Basically, spend money for bears and chocolate and everything.
Yeah.
For that one day.
Yeah.
Like if you need society to remind you to tell your significant other that they're special to you for one day, something's wrong with you.
Something's wrong with the relationship.
Yeah,
Easily.
definitely.
Easily.
So, she knows that.
I agree
No,
too. I have the
it's not
same
happening.
thing. I feel like I have the same thing going on. Like we're looking so far past
Yeah,
that
every day is Valentine's Day.
that one holiday is not going to define us. And you have to realize holidays are just another marketing scheme. It's the first quarter. You're about to get your refund back.
Yeah, they know what they're
Valentine's Day,
doing.
pushing stuff in the economy. Christmas, end of the year, you're getting their bonuses. You're getting this, you're this, inflating.
Yeah,
the
you guys
economy.
should actually
That's
go
it.
to Google.
Yeah, type in the
search.
meaning,
Yeah, search these things. If you look at the meaning behind Valentine's Day, it's like, why are we celebrating a massacre? I mean, no, let me not give it to you, but yeah, just go search it up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
definitely search. Like, be woke. Nah.
Stay woke.
Stay woke.
But also, for this coming week, yeah, I'm skipping Valentine's Day, but I plan on going to Atlanta for what was that, Friday, and also.
I remember
pretty
you
much the
telling me
weekend.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really much I'm going for family. I'm also going to do a Friends podcast episode.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, that's gonna be real fun. And then on top of that too, I want to be looking for property down there.
Okay, no, yeah, definitely let me know. We'll stay connected. Me
Yeah,
and H are trying not to talk that much during the week, just because we're trying to save all our conversations from here. Because, like I said, this is normal conversation how we speak on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So we're doing our best not to speak to just keep everything as original as possible. So basically, yeah, that's it. I don't know if you have anything else to plug. I'm talking about the thing on Sunday.
Oh my gosh, this woo!
Come on, you're bugging, bro.
No, it's not that I'm bugging. Because I know that the episode gonna be out after it.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
We're recording this on
yeah.
Thursday. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. So let them know what you did yesterday.
So what I did yesterday, which was a great turnout, everyone was super
Yo,
excited.
I was there on the top of my feet, like, yo, I need another one.
So what I did was I actually hosted a financial workshop, but this workshop was pretty much with focus and geared towards investing. I feel that many people, and this is one of my goals as well, because they teach us how to make money, but they don't teach us what to do with our money. So the purpose of this financial workshop was to show people different fields of the financial different field of the financial education as well as financial field overall that you can utilize to help you for the long-term investment.
Dope. Yeah, it was a good turnout too. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah, we ate real good.
We'll definitely let you
Knowledge
know
was
when the next
ridiculous.
one is. Yeah.
Everyone in there was like, I can't believe all of this for this price. It was, man, it was like encore already. you remember?
Yeah, I remember. I was at the
yeah.
last one, and the last one was honestly really, really good too. So it was a good turnout as well. And yeah, I can see that thing getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, we're gonna
so.
definitely keep doing this at least once a month. You know, gearing towards different financial fields, credit, real estate, foreign exchange market, cryptocurrency, everything you think of, stocks, everything.
Yeah, so yeah, that's dope. And they have people that's actually doing it too. That's cool.
Yeah,
too.
it's not just someone who's not successful.
Yeah.
They're successful and they're sharing their knowledge. They actually so yesterday, yesterday I had a few people come out and they gave their stories. They also spoke about because they're successful within those fields and they put us on. And it was really good.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll have some of them on the podcast. We're really cool friends with a lot of them too. So we'll have a lot of them on the podcast in the future and stuff like that. But
we don't want to make this completely long. If you guys have any questions as well as topics that you want us to cover, please email us at whatarewedoingpc@gmail.com. Also on Twitter, whatarewedoingp, and follow me on Instagram, HandsomeKelly _ and Kadeem's is way too irrational. Remember, that's way the number 2 and irrational.
Yeah, and please hit us up. Let us know what you want to talk about. Give us questions, ask us stuff. At the end of the podcast, we'll probably end like 15 minutes early,
right?
And then we could just answer questions, go through questions and things like that. Let's make it like an interactive. Like let's help everybody out. Yeah, that's dope. So. I mean, yeah, bro. I feel like it's another good episode. Yeah, and don't forget to keep subscribing. And again, thank you everybody for retweeting, resharing, reposting everything. Like, you don't know how much that means to like it was real. I'm getting those chills again. Like, it was ridiculous the amount of love that we got. Thank you. If you like this, share with one person.
That's all we ask for, guys. Yeah, just one person.
Yeah, just share with one person. Let's keep growing those numbers. Let's get the word out and things like that, and interact with us and hit us up. Thank you. I mean.
Let's make it happen. Let's keep growing.
That's it.
Episode 2. Wrap it up.
Episode 2. I'll see you next week, bro.
All right, guys.
All right.